Hey everyone, Chris here. In this video, I'm going to give you a tour of the cycling app TrainerRoad. So TrainerRoad is a structured workout app, so unlike something like Zwift or Rouvy where you get a virtual world to ride through on your computer, TrainerRoad is all about structured workouts or interval workouts, and it's all designed to try and make you faster. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it's like to do a workout on TrainerRoad. We'll go look at the TrainerRoad software. You can see my screen on my computer and my iPad. I'll talk about what I like about it and what I don't like so much. So I've got it running here. I've got my iPad in my little tablet stand and I've got my bike connected up to it. I'll just hop on the bike and you can run the TrainerRoad app on pretty much anything it'll run on. I started doing it on a phone, now I use a tablet because I like the bigger screen, but you can also run it on your computer to get a nice big screen there as well. And so you've got the app that runs the cycling, but you can also do some stuff on the website, and we'll go through all of this. If you want to jump around, use the chapter markers in this video. So here we are in the app then, and they keep adding stuff to the app, but the main thing we probably want to do is like a workout on here. So we can select workouts and we get a huge selection of workouts. Now a lot of the time you'll be using a training plan. Let's find a nice short workout which will prescribe your workouts. But in this case we can see loads of different stuff. Let's do this Black Giant 5. And I will select, how do I get rid of this dialogue? I don't want it to show me. Great, so we'll load up this workout and don't know why it's giving me all these demos again. Let's pair some devices. So I can select Smart Trainer and I'll just spin the pedals a little bit to wake the trainer up. So I've got my Tax Neo connected, and let's pair my heart rate monitor as well. Nice, that's paired. And if we go back to here, I can start workouts just by pedaling, and we'll talk through this screen. So I've got a ton of data here. I've got my power numbers and my target power. It all works to power. Now if you haven't got a power meter on your bike or a smart trainer, TrainerRoad will do virtual power as long as you've got a speed sensor on the bike. So it'll use the speed that you're moving at to try and work out the power, and it will use that for the workout. But all the workouts themselves are power based. In the middle, we can see the total time and a countdown for the length of this interval. And then we can also see my cadence and my heart rate on the right. And then on the bottom, there's a graph for the workout. So we can see the blue bit is what I'm supposed to be doing, and the yellow line is what I'm actually doing. And it will also give me these hints that keep coming up to try and talk me through some stuff as well. On the bottom right, I compare my devices, and on the bottom left, I can do my intensity. So there's no virtual worldy stuff going on here. It's literally just a training app that gives these structured workouts. Now, it's important to note that each of these workouts are personalised. So you'll start by doing an FTP test. I'm just going to stop pedaling here for a while. And it will then calculate these workouts based on your FTP. So right now, I'm doing 120 watts. Probably around 40-45% of my FTP. If my FTP was up at 400 watts, then my warm-up would be at like 200 watts, and these sprints would be much higher. So we can see this line that says FTP on the graph, and the blue bits that are above that are above FTP, and the rest are nice easy bits below FTP. So every 8 weeks or so, TrainerRoad will make you do a workout. I'm going to keep pedaling a bit farther because I want to show how the power jumps, and it will personalize the workouts so that it's the best workout for you. So this interval, 5 seconds left, and then you'll see the target power jump up to 160, something like that, 144. I've got a smart trainer, it's on erg mode, so it'll just make it as difficult based on my cadence. If you've got a dumb trainer, you'll just need to pedal a bit harder at this point. All of the apps look like this, so if I stop pedaling, I can end this workout, and we'll discard this. I don't want that going into my training peaks. There's literally, because I've set this, if we clear this duration here to anything, there we go. There's, whoop, should be 100, there we go. It's just loading here, but there is hundreds of workouts in here. They're gradually adding a lot of the website features into here. So if we have a quick look, calendar will be fairly blank right now. We'll look at that on the website. So this logs all of my workouts. And then we can also select training plans. We can sync our devices. But mostly we're using the app to do our actual workouts. So now let's move over and look at the website and see what we might do there. You can do a lot of these features in the app now as well, but I think it'll be easier if you can see my full screen on the computer. Here we are on the TrainerRoad website, and a couple of key things to show you here. So we've looked at how the workouts work on the app, and you can find those on the website as well. And there really is, they just progressively load, but there is a ton here. But what you probably want to do to get the most out of TrainerRoad is to use a training plan. So there's a ton of these, and TrainerRoad separates them into base, build, and speciality. So it's probably about a 6-month thing of if you've got a target race in the middle of summer, you probably want to start in January working on the base phase, and then the build phase, and then the speciality phase. So if we go into, say, base phase, we can pick the different ones we want. So do we want to work on our sweet spot? Bunch of them for if you're a triathlete, separate plans for sprint, Olympic, half and full. More traditional base. And if we just, let's say we're going to do the mid-volume sprint triathlon plan, this is what it would look like. So we'll start with the ramp test on week 1, and then it will give us a workout on Thursday and Saturday, and also give us some other hints like running Wednesday, swimming on Friday, a run and a swim on Sunday. And every 4 weeks we are going into a recovery week. So it'll give us 3 challenging weeks and 1 recovery week, which is pretty standard across the TrainerRoad base plans. Let's look at something like speciality phase. Here we've got a bunch of different disciplines, so based on road, off-road, triathlete, we could go for road, for example, and whether you're doing a rolling race, a climbing race, a crit, TT, a ton of different plans here. Again, let's take a look at the triathlete, and maybe we're doing a full distance, but we only fancy the low ones here, and you can get the information here. So again, if we go, we can see number of hours per week, training stress, and the number of rides per week. And here we're doing like 4-hour workouts, 4.5-hour workouts. Got some sprints normally on the Tuesday, and then some longer sweet spot or endurance rides on the Thursday. Now, as well as the pre-built training plans, you can also build a custom training plan now. So you can say how many hours have you trained, and then you can choose your plan volume, select your experience level. Let's say we're going to start on Monday the 3rd, and we can add some events here. So let's say we're doing outlaw. And that's at A race. It's gonna be around there, I guess. And let's say we're going to take 13 hours to do that. Okay, yeah, that's asking us to enter each of the, wants us to put each of the disciplines in separately. Nice. Okay, so that's got the event in, and then maybe we add a B race, something like Skipton. In fact, let's put a TT in there. Just pick a random date here. So we've added all our events here, and again we can click next. Don't have any planned time off. And then we can rearrange the way we want it. So do we want our bike on a Tuesday? Maybe we want our biking on a Monday instead. And we can play around with these as much as we want. We can also select indoor or outdoor, so you can sync it to your Garmin and maybe other bike computers. And then if we go to review plan, we'll find that TrainerRoad has built us a custom plan which will taper for all the events we've added in and get us ready for the race. So you can then add this to your calendar, and when we do that, it comes up here on the calendar view. So I haven't been training much recently because I've fractured my ankle, but let's go. We scroll all the way back to January. Here we go. So here we can see started my mid-phase full distance triathlon plan here, and we can see all of the workouts I was doing. So if we click into one, we can see, we can find the workout. If we want to see the details of what happened, there you go. You can see I was pretty much on power. Weird spike here. We can see all of the historical details of how I trained, a load of stats and information about it. And this will also bring in, so here are some Zwift rides, for example, that have been brought in from, I'm not sure if I've imported these from Strava or Garmin Connect or what, but it will bring in all of that, and it will generate a total training load in the same way that something like Training Peaks or Workout Manager would do. So you've kind of got that bundled in now. I know some athletes just use TrainerRoad to do this and have got rid of Training Peaks or Final Surge or whatever they were using. I still use those kind of workout planners, because I find them better than TrainerRoad in terms of they're more set up to track everything and import everything. But TrainerRoad really has done a really impressive job of this calendar feature. You can scroll back years, as we've seen. It shows me all my workouts. It shows me my total load. I can look at the details of all these workouts as well. So all of that is super useful. And when you add a plan, so if I added a plan today, all these workouts would come in as scheduled workouts. And when I loaded up the app, my workout of the day would be there ready, and it would say, okay, time to do this workout today. So that's an overview of the kind of stuff you might be doing on the TrainerRoad website. You can also do that on the app these days as well, I think. But it isn't just it has structured workouts. It has this whole training plan and calendar to help you build your season and put the right workouts in place. Let's also look at connections here, or integrations, if I can find them. We can see our FTP history. Is it RideSync? Yeah, here we go. So as you can see, I've connected up Strava, I've connected up Garmin, I've connected up Training Peaks. I previously had Final Surge connected up as well. And this will sync all of my activities. So for example, it'll bring in stuff from Strava, but it will also send any workouts I do off to Strava and off to Garmin Connect as well. In terms of setup, we briefly talked about that. So all the workouts are power based, so you'll need a smart trainer that will give the device a power reading, or a power meter on your bike, and a dumb trainer that will also work fine. And if you don't have any of those, which is understandable, they're expensive, just like a little cheap speed sensor, as long as it will connect over Bluetooth to your device, or you could get an ANT Plus adapter, then TrainerRoad would use what's called virtual power, where it estimates the power based on your speed. It's less accurate than an actual power meter, but it's good enough to do the workouts. It works fine. I don't get any, sometimes there's a delay on Zwift between putting power down in virtual power and it happening on Zwift. I haven't found that on TrainerRoad. TrainerRoad's been very responsive on virtual power. So any of those options are good. So, okay, we've looked at what it is, we've explored it, but what do I like about TrainerRoad? What do I think makes it a good app? Well, it's great if you love stats, because it's all about the stats. So if you're just obsessed with numbers and getting faster, then it's really good for that, because you can see all the stats on your screen, and it will build you this program. It will give you personalized workouts. So you can select a training plan, you can build a custom training plan, as we've looked at, and each of those workouts will be personalized around you and designed to make you faster. So all of that is good. What don't I like so much about TrainerRoad? Well, number one, it's pretty boring. Like just looking at the screen, and it's pretty tolerable for an hour workout, but if you're doing all of your workouts inside and you're doing the longer ones, man, that gets super boring. So then the question is, how do I alleviate that boredom? Do I stick some music on? Do I watch TV? Do I put Zwift on while using TrainerRoad and have TrainerRoad running on the tablet and Zwift running on the TV? The problem is then Bluetooth can't connect to both devices, so I need to put an ANT Plus adapter in my Mac Mini and connect everything to Bluetooth on TrainerRoad and then to the ANT Plus on Zwift. But then after the TrainerRoad finishes, if I still want to do a bit more on Zwift, it's difficult to get Zwift to take control of the turbo trainer, so that's a massive faff. Or I can just watch TV. The problem with TV is I don't have autoplay on because I find that annoying, but actually when an episode finishes and I want to put the next one on, but I'm in the middle of a workout, I then have to interrupt my workout. So it's boring, and there's a bunch of stuff you can do to alleviate the boringness, but all of that is a big faff. Secondly, I haven't had great results recently, so I've always done, on the training plans, I normally do the low, but during the pandemic I thought, right, I'm going to commit to the mid, and instead of doing my long ride outside, I'm going to do everything inside. So I'm going to commit to 6 or more hours of indoor training per week on the turbo trainer, which I think is loads, because I'm a triathlete. I've got swimming and cycling and strength work to do, and spending 6 hours on a turbo trainer is just uncomfortable. But I thought, no, I'll give it a go, see what happens when I really put the time in. And my FTP went up 5 watts, which is almost nothing. Like, it's just, considering I went from, you know, doing 2 hours a week on a turbo trainer and a ride outside to doing 6 or more solid hours on the turbo trainer every week, 4 workouts a week, to gain 5 watts was rubbish. So I've used TrainerRoad for 4 or 5 years now. I've used it since 2017, and historically I've found it really good. I've focused on getting faster, and I have seen some FTP jumps of 10, 20 watts, but recently I'm not getting anything from it, and it's boring. And so, to be 100% honest with you, I'm now using Zwift a lot more than I'm using TrainerRoad, because I'm just a bit fed up with TrainerRoad. That's not, if you are an age grouper looking to qualify and you just want to focus on getting faster, then this is a way to do it. And back in 2017, when I started, Zwift didn't really have the workouts, so this was the way to go. These days, I think there is a case for TrainerRoad. If you're personally getting results from it, then use it. Or if you're just obsessed with numbers and qualifications, then use it. But otherwise, there are more fun platforms out there, like Zwift, like Rouvy, that will maybe be a bit more exciting. So there you go, there's a quick guide to TrainerRoad. I hope you found that useful. If so, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're into cycling, if you're into triathlon, then hit that subscribe button, because that's what my channel is all about, and I would love to see you in another video.